Morning. Well, I was going to use my own map, etc. to show you where I was off to today, but I can't find the tripod, so it's gone out the window. So I'm going to have to use this one. Let me show you. Quite obviously, you are here. What I plan to do is drop down into Ecclesbourne Glen, through the woodland, past the reservoir, to there, cross these fields, into Covehurst, and then take this footpath to here. I want to finish on the beach, but I also want to explore this piece of woodland, which was part of this woodland until they had a cliff fall, and all of this chunk basically slid down the cliff. This is, I don't know, a good 20 metres lower than that, and I've never been in there, so I'm going to have a look there on the way. Right, I've come down through Ecclesbourne Glen. Nice woodland there, but it is, quite dense. It is just woodland, so I didn't bother filming there. And also, I do have a covert camp location there. But shh, don't tell anyone. You're not allowed to camp in here. So alongside the reservoir, Ecclesbourne Reservoir, though locally it's known as the Spoon. Not sure why, but there we go. Just got to carry up to the edge, very end at the top, hang a right, and get across the open fields, which I'm not looking forward to because it's sheltered here. But it's actually quite windy and quite cold today. Right, now the climb out of Ecclesbourne. Can't really see it, but the reservoir is down through them trees at the bottom there. I've come along the path at the bottom and turned up here, and it just keeps climbing and climbing. I'm not looking forward to this bit. I don't mind the climb, that's okay. Just plodding along, you get to the top eventually. But just past these trees, you go out into the open fields, across towards the cliff top. And I know that's going to be cold and windy. Right, I'm halfway up. I don't know how clear that is because it doesn't look very clear on the screen. But there's a little hill there, there are a cluster of places. Just the other side of that drops down into Hastings Old Town. The main part of the town is that area. And the other side, this holiday camp type place, opposite side of the road there's a football pitch, and then my house is just behind it. So this is almost like my back garden with a short walk. Nice area. All the woodland in front there, all of this is Ecclesbourne Glen. The country park is a fair old size, and there's 3 of these glens as you walk along the coast top. Right, out into the windy fields. I'm just about on the highest spot now, but I found a fairly sheltered bit, though it is still breezy. Looking out over the channel, and it's very hazy today. But behind this clump of trees, I don't know if you can see a little bit of land sticking out. That's the edge of Eastbourne and Beachy Head, where they've got the very high cliffs where sadly lots of people jump off. And if you follow it along on that high ground, that's the very beginning of the South Downs, which run from here, more or less sort of Southampton area, about 100 miles. There's the town. Oh, hit the camera. And that's the valley I've just come out of, and that woodland. To give you an idea of how big this park is, It's 850 acres, and right in the far distance there's them little white mobile homes. They're on the far, let's have a think, west side of it, and it basically runs through here. All of this, the woodland and the open fields, is all part of the park, and in the distance there, that little bridge, there's the old Coast Guard cottages and the radar station. It continues on about another mile further east from there, and it's windy. Right, getting into shelter. Right, I'm just taking 5 on the bench here. Quick drink before dropping down into Fairlight Glen. It's quite an interesting walk. Mammoth steps all the way down. It's, yeah, going downhill. It's uncomfortable. Coming up, entertaining. The beginning of the steps that just go on and on and on. Right, I've dropped down into the bottom of the valley. I can't really show you how far it was because I'm in the middle of the woods. But the fact that I've got as far as the stream confirms we're right in the bottom. That's the path up the other side, which I might go that way on the way back, don't know yet. Where we're going next is that way. Down there. Here's quite a good illustration of the landslide problem. This bit of woodland here was part of that woodland up there, and it's just all slid down in one big chunk. Most of it is behind me, but that's facing right into the sun, so I can't really film that. I'll carry on down. More steps and more steps and more steps. But at least now I can see the beach. Well, it's all changed since I was down here a few months back. Quite a few landslides, obviously over the winter. Almost don't recognise it to how it was. I only know I'm in the right place because that's where the water comes out. So when I camped down here last, somewhere near that landslide. Always changing. A certain Mr. Scoutman Steve will recognise this spot if he's watching. Although I bet he doesn't remember it being this open because of the landslide. The front door's missing of the campsite. I did wonder whether it would survive the winter. Still usable, but it's a little bit more open now. Still, Plenty of firewood handy there. Right, coming up all them steps from the beach has just about knackered me. So I'm not going to do the other steps the way I came in. If I turn you round, I'm taking that path. It's longer, but it ain't as steep. In the winter time, normally the water's pouring out over there, down into like a little pool at the top here, and it thunders over this edge, down through this valley. But we haven't had a lot of rain, so it's just a trickle. Is it interesting? I don't know. Is it worth filming? I don't know. But any excuse to have a break. I'm bloody knackered. Onward and upward. That was heavy going. You know, when you get to the point, you know if you sit down, you won't get up. It's rapidly approaching. Time to push. Oh, whose silly idea was this? Right, made it to the road. Thank God for that. Easy going. And it's all basically downhill now. The car is another half a mile or so along this track. Ooh, be glad to sit down. Right, full circle. So we came in here, down there, up alongside the spoon, across the fields, down into here, down onto the beach, back up the first set of steps. Didn't fancy the next set, so I went up here alongside the little waterfalls to the top, around here, up onto the road, and down the road, back to the beginning. I'm knackered and now I want a cup of tea. See you soon.